So how would you like to achieve your first million followers in social media? So we have David, which is a high quality content creator, and he also achieved this, and he's gonna share with us his 5-step process.
Welcome to Entrepreneurs Are Leaders podcast with Harry Sardinas. Interviews with world's most influential entrepreneurs that share tips about how to grow your business exponentially. Charismatic speaking, leadership, branding, marketing strategies designed to help you monetize your knowledge, find true happiness, and manifest your goals and dreams.
All right. So number one is we have to get clear on who we are. One reason we have to get clear on who we are is because when we come on social media, the first idea is, oh, well, I'm here to show people what I've done and what I have and where I'm going. But in reality, people are going to be interested in all of that information only as it pertains to how you can give them value. So you have to get clear on who you are first, and then second, how you serve. What problem do you solve? What pain point do you soothe? Because if you serve in a way that meets millions of people's needs, they will eagerly wait for your next piece of content. But if you create content and you're not clear on whose problem you solve, then people really won't be interested, and it'll be hard for you to get to 1 million followers. So from the value that we have, and then we have to be clear on the problem that we solve. What is it that I do that helps someone else? What pain point do I soothe? How do I make people's lives better? So after we figure out who we are and then what that problem is that we solve and who we serve, then after that, we have to figure out how to get someone's attention. There are over 8 billion people in the world, and over 5 billion of them are online. So that means it's not like back in the day when you just had, if you were a shoemaker and there was another shoemaker in town, it was just the two of you vying for everyone's attention. But nowadays, you're vying for attention from all the shoemakers all over the world. So you have to figure out what is it that you can say, what is it that you can put on the screen that will get someone's attention. You only have 1 to 2 seconds to do that. This is what we call a hook. So first of all, we're clear on who we are. Then we're clear on the problem we solve, who we serve. And now we have to figure out, how do I get someone's attention? Okay, after we get someone's attention, now we have to give them value. Okay, so the fourth thing is, what's the value that I'm going to give that is going to be entertaining? Because we know the videos that we like to share with other people, they're entertaining. They usually are emotional. When I say they're emotional, they might shock you. Like, if you, for example, I see these videos of these guys jumping from building to building, and I go, oh, it shocks me, right? Or you see a young child is in school, and then all of a sudden their father shows up in military gear, and he's home for the holiday, and they start to cry, and then of course you start to cry, and then you pass that video on to your friend because it caused an emotional response. So what's that value you're going to give that's emotional, that's entertaining, that's educational, but really that's relatable? All right, so I'm clear on who I am. I'm clear on the problem that I solve. I also figured out how to get attention. And now I'm giving value that's educational, it's entertaining, it's emotional, it's relatable. Then finally, I have to tell people what I want them to do. I have to create a path for them to get access to the value that I have. So your customer journey needs to be clear in your mind, and then you ask people to take the first step. And I can talk a little bit about when it's more important to have a strong call to action versus a more gentle one. But what I generally recommend to my clients is that on a daily basis, you have a soft call to action. That might be something like this. If you'd like more if you'd like more content like this, please follow. So that's soft. That's letting people know they're going to get more of this great value that you just gave if they subscribe to your channel. Another soft one might be when you ask them to comment a related experience to what you talked about. So let's say that in the video that I'm making, I give the 3 best ways to lose weight in 2025. Then at the end, I might say, thank you for listening. Please comment which one you thought was the best or if I missed one, right? So that's soft, or you're not selling them something, but you're getting them to engage. Now, usually I would do soft, and then a call to action, like click the link in my bio to get, or if you're interested in me helping you learn how to do something like, if you're interested in my help growing on social media, click the link in my bio and I or one of my teammates will get back with you. So that's stronger. I wouldn't do that on a regular. I would save that to be like once every 4 or 5 videos. So I think for someone to grow to over 1 million followers, obviously there's some details that I left out, but this obviously is also helpful towards getting the word out about the business value that you have. You need to be clear on who you are. You need to be clear on the problem you solve, and of course, who you solve it for. You need to figure out how to get someone's attention. You need to create value that maybe has story involved in it, but it's entertaining, it's emotional, it's engaging, it's relatable. And then you need to have a clear customer journey and have a call to action to invite people to begin that journey.
David, I think that what you just shared is fascinating, and that sounds very easy, and you articulate it very easy, but it's a lot of complexity to grow a social media to 1 million followers organically without having to pay ads, because you are fighting against the algorithm. Those companies, they make the money advertising. So basically, they made the money putting content of other people in front of yours, yeah? And now your content has to be so good that has to prevail against the algorithm itself. So it sounds to me like an uphill task, yeah? And so how you navigate this, because it's extremely tough to we all been there to do create the content, record it, make it amazing, and then you put it out there and you have 1 view, 1 like, no engagement. How do you feel? It's very easy to give up, very easy, and a lot of have to do with this strategy that you just sharing with us, that it's a lot of pieces goes into this equation in order to build an audience that follow you. Is that correct? So how you fight against the...
Okay.
Or do you believe in the organic growth? Do you believe in the organic growth? 100% organic? Do you believe it's possible that achieve 1 million followers organically?
I did. So I believe it is possible. So the first thing that I would like to say is the algorithm wants you to win. Now, I know that seems bizarre that I'm going to say the algorithm is your friend, but let me tell you why I say the algorithm is your friend. The algorithm's goal is to get people to stay on the platform as long as possible. So in order for that to happen, the algorithm has the job of being the gatekeeper to make sure the content that it's allowing to come through and it's sending out to people is really engaging and keeping them interested. So if you create a piece of content and you haven't yet learned the art of grabbing someone's attention and then engaging them in an interesting emotional experience and educating them and then having them do something afterwards, if you haven't mastered that technique yet, when you have a piece of content, the algorithm will notice, okay, this piece of content was 20 seconds long, but the average view duration was 2 seconds. So what that normally means is this person hasn't yet learned how to make a great hook. The hook is the thing at the beginning by way we get people's attention. So if they don't have a great hook, then that's why people drop off at 2 seconds. People listen, oh, I'm not interested, and they drop off. So the algorithm isn't angry at you. The algorithm doesn't hate you. You're not shadow banned. The algorithm just wants the next piece of content that you post. Make sure you figure out how to invoke curiosity in your hook so someone will want to stick around and watch the content to get that curiosity satisfied. So I believe when we look at it, not that the algorithm is our adversary, but actually the algorithm wants us to win. It just wants us to do what's necessary to be able to win. Is that helpful?
100%, 100%. And the thing is that so because in the end of the day, some of these algorithms they don't know if the content is good or not. The only thing that they can measure is how many people are clicking and the retention. Yeah. I mean, probably they can now listen the content and see the words that you're doing and so on with AI. But basically, the major measurement for these algorithms are two: CTR, click-through rate, so how many people are clicking, and retention, how people are staying in the video. But the other piece is David, that in order to do that also, the algorithm has to find a way to position your content to the people that are interested in the topic that we're talking about, right? So this podcast, for example,
Right.
5 steps how to make your first million. There is no something that maybe is not unpopular. Not too many people want to become millionaire. Most of the people want to have a job, to have a life. So it's difficult for the algorithm, or what ways we can put our content in front of the people that actually are ready to consume this content, because that's the other piece. You can have a great quality content, exactly you created, but then how you gonna find those people that they're interested in your content, that will create this ripple effect?
Very good question. So I can imagine, like someone like yourself, you have a wonderful, large influence and a large entity of activity that you supervise. And so the challenge would be for you to be able to spend some time engaging one-on-one. So for example, let's say on your Instagram account, if I am a part of your team and I'm helping you with your social media, then I'm just going to give you one of the techniques that I use. Actually, I'm going to give you two. So one of them is I'm going to look at, I saw the beautiful, you have a beautiful thumbnail, and then you have the wonderful content that you're sharing. I'm going to go, and the people that have liked it, I'm going to go to their page, and I'm going to pick one of their reels that I find interesting, and I'm going to comment on it. And I may even ask a question. So I'm going to do things so that the algorithm perceives that I'm actually interested in building community. And so that's going to do a couple things. That, of course, lets the algorithm know that I am spending time on the platform in a way that it likes. But also, there's a little technique that I like to do where I build a core online family. So when I create content, I don't just create the content that I know is going to trend. I actually do things like this. I'll say, hey, wait a second. I want to get to know my online family better. So I'm just curious, what's your favorite kind of food? I'll go first. Mine is Korean. Let me know in the comments what you like. And so when I do that, the foodies will respond. And when they respond, I make sure that I actually ask follow-up questions to what they say. And like I was saying with the other incident, I'll go to their page and I'll like something there or comment on something there. So what that will do, yes, it makes the algorithm happy, but the people themselves will start to become super fans. When you post something, you'll notice those people will end up being there first. And so by having those super fans, I think what I've noticed is you have greater engagement. The algorithm will see that cluster of people that initially engage with what you're doing, and it will inspire them to send out it will inspire it to be sent out to other people. So I think spending time engaging with the people who do engage with your content is one thing that's effective. And then the other thing is creating content that opens up conversations.
And I think, David, that seeing as a business perspective, before the old way of doing things, business, people will develop the product and go out there and trying to sell it. Yeah. However, in this environment and marketplace that we have today, I think that if somebody's thinking to start a business, yeah, I think that the first thing that they need to do is actually build and grow a community, because you can grow this community, and then you can ask the community, hey guys, I have this product and service, would you like to buy it? Um, and this is the way now how a kid with 20 years old can wipe out a business that been there for 100 years, 200 years, and nobody's even understand what's happening. Yeah, it's because they create high quality content. Yeah, I believe, David, that uh, community, in order to create community, yeah, you have to deliver high quality content. Yeah, look, Netflix, everybody watch Netflix because it's high quality content. Everybody like the movies, everybody watch this, everybody. So the community consume high quality content. Yeah, and this high quality content, but also against what you said. Yeah, the algorithm, the platform has also have to identify you that you really want to build community for real, and you're really staying in the platform. So you have to play by the rules of the algorithm. Yeah. So therefore, but if you play by the rule with the algorithm, and somehow you manage to get 1 million followers like you have, yeah, yeah. Well, I have over a quarter of million combined, I think, on all the social media. But anyway, the thing is that it's about creating this high quality content. But if the entrepreneurs can figure out this bit, yeah, you have two huge benefits. Number one, you have a community that you can actually. No, you don't even need to develop the product. You can ask them, I'm thinking to develop this product to sell it for this price. Would you guys would be interested in that? Yeah. And your own community will tell you yes, no, or I would like it with more, I would like it. They can shape your product. Yeah. And then you can actually launch what we call an MVP, a minimum viable product, that you already have a response for your community that they like it, they're interested, and they will buy it, which is more effective than doing the other way. That people develop product and now they want to build the community around the product, which is tough because you don't even know if the community want the product in the first place. Yeah, so then it's a challenge. So, David, the advice that we have for entrepreneurs, or I'm very supportive. I believe in this advice. That if you want to be in business and you want to create a new business, yeah, the first step is to build that community around the product, or around the area, around the marketplace that you're thinking to launch. Yes. But also there is a second part of it that people are not aware, which is the authority part as well, the credibility. A lot of people say, okay, Rolls-Royce charge more, or Nike charge more. Okay, they charge more. Why, Harry? Why they charge more? No, because of the brand. Yeah, but what is the brand? So the brand is the position of the authority in the marketplace. So obviously, if you have 1 million followers in the social media, you clearly can help people to get 1 million followers. It's already validated. Yes, like a lot of people that we see out there that want to marketing agencies and so on, that they tell you, okay, we can get you more followers, and okay, guys, so how many followers you have? And then they have so many. Say, look how this is work. So in the end of the day, the authority of if you're running a business is not only is good because elevate the brand, elevate the level of authority of the product or service. So it's a combination of two. So that's why it's extremely powerful. Create this high quality content. However, David, How do you learn? How do you find out? Who taught you?
Ah, well, I have been blessed to learn from several greats. I think I saw somewhere where you shared the stage maybe with Gary
Yes.
Vaynerchuk. That's one of the people.
I haven't, but I've been in several events with that he has spoke. Yeah. With,
Okay. Yeah. So when I first started out, my origin story was originally at the beginning of the pandemic. One of my friends, Jeff Vargas, who's a public speaker, he and I went to high school together. And so he decided, since everybody was shut down because of the lockdown, he started a Zoom called Dudes Chat, where we would get together and, shoot the breeze and encourage one another. And one of our friends, Kevin, his mother had just died. So he asked me if I would sing a hymn every morning on Facebook to help him get through that difficult time. So when he asked me and I started doing it, I soon realized that Kevin would enjoy it, but people who never met me would never discover me. I'd have to pay to advertise in order for that to happen. And so I did some research, and that's where I discovered a conversation where Gary Vee was saying the best place for organic growth for business is on TikTok. And I thought, wow, TikTok. I thought that was for dancing high school girls, I'm not gifted that way, So is TikTok really the place? But because he said it and he has the results that I want. So I listened to him, I got a coach, and I did what the coach told me on the platform that Gary Vee recommended. And that was what started this journey. By getting a coach and then single focused working on the one platform until I mastered the cultural context. TikTok is different than Instagram. It's different than Facebook. And
absolutely.
even if we use,
they are all different. And if you don't understand them properly,
yeah, then so for example, if I decided to post 8 reels on Instagram, it might, one day, maybe that's okay, but it might annoy my audience if I started doing it every day. But on TikTok, I could do it every day and it wouldn't bother anyone because it's a different culture. It's a younger audience on TikTok. So that's why I'm so glad I had a chance to learn on TikTok. I had been on YouTube for 13 years and I only had a little over 100 followers. So I got the opportunity to learn on a platform that allowed me to put a lot of stuff up, right? So then I could learn quickly because I could post a lot of content and study it and see what worked well from what didn't work well.
yeah. And then, it's all about mastering one platform. And then we start to understand how the social media is actually work because, but until you don't put content out there, you don't learn. Yeah. But I have a backside of it, David, because this actually happened to me. Yeah. That when you put a lot of content without knowing what you're doing, then they are going to get confused. And then it's tough. Some people have been advised me, is what I actually did with my YouTube. Yeah. I have a YouTube channel, Harry Sardinas, and it never reached more than 500 followers. But because I was just dumping videos there, every conference that I do, a little bit of Share the Stage with Les Brown, I put it there. I put testimony from my clients. I go on holiday, I put it there. Not checking the titles, not checking everything. Everything is going there, like dumping videos. It was rather than a YouTube channel, it was my video repository. So it was a mess. So it didn't make sense. Didn't have any branding, didn't have everything. So I have it. And my name, Harry Sardinas, and all the videos that I dump still are there. But we create a new one, which is called Speakers and Leaders Motivation. Yeah. And I started from scratch. Yeah. I started from scratch, and then we put more targeted. Yeah. And it's going around 15,000 followers. This is
Excellent.
the YouTube channel. This broadcast, for example, will be there. Yeah. I'm still again under the same thing because I do so many things and people want to be in the speakers that lead motivation. So I have motivational speeches. I have this podcast. I have a lot of podcast, another podcast that I'm doing in that channel. But anyway, I don't know, man, how I manage to always confuse the algorithm. To put right and to say, okay, this is the type of content that the audience wants, and let's focus in this one. Yeah. But I think, what is your view, David, starting from scratch all over versus let's improve what I have? What's your view on this?
You pointed out something that is worth considering. If you've created a channel and the channel does not have cohesiveness in terms of the content created, you may be better served starting over and then having
I agree with
brand.
You.
Yeah.
Because it's almost impossible to fix it, David. The algorithm is already confused, and he doesn't know how to help you, right? Because you put it content. Yeah, that's what happened to me. YouTube, being there, done it. I'm like, what? I don't know. I think that the people that subscribe to this are the people that are my friends, or I don't know who's in this, because I was just dumping videos like the storage, right? And them thinking that stuff. And that's thing, David, that maybe we need to share with entrepreneurs what is actually the purpose of the social media, because sometimes I was using it for the wrong purpose. Yeah, so I thought that was a good idea. Yeah, all the videos that I do from all my conference, all the videos that I do when I go holiday, all the videos that I do, we do a lot of things and we record everything. I thought it was a good idea. Okay, you know what? Let's dump all these videos in YouTube, and then we have like so the videos are safe. They will never get lost because they are there, right?
Right.
This is not the objective of having a YouTube channel or a social media, and then on top of it, I put my name on it. Crazy. So I decided, I'm an expert in branding. Yeah. So I put my name on it, and I decided it was a good idea to dump all the videos that I do from everything there. And I did this for a lot of years. I think that this new YouTube channel we started like 2 years ago, 3 years, not that long ago. Then I had to take this decision. It's painful because but I have like 500 videos and 500 followers. I'm like, wow, I have 1 follower per video. It was crazy. The thing didn't make sense. I'm like, so we're starting from scratch with the right strategy. I know, but personal experience, that starting from scratch with the right strategy is a good way to grow a solid and build a community for a purpose. Because if we are in business, social media has to be for this, to create that community, so that community could be in the future what we call it, this place where we can develop products or services to offer to that community. Also, even if you don't have the product, David, maybe your friend Harry have a product, and because you have a relation with that community and you like the product of Harry, you can also offer it to that community. However, that would be the purpose of the social media: build your authority as an entrepreneur and build a community that people are engaged. But for that, you need to give them a lot of value, and so many people don't have time for that. So many people don't want to put the time to generate massive value because they believe in the instant gratification. They say, well, I'm putting this time, where is my money? And they don't think in the long-term strategy. So what message do you have for those entrepreneurs that are not giving the right priority to what I call it the first priority? If you want to become an entrepreneur and build a business today, the first priority. And people say, well, I'm starting the business, I don't have money. Well, to build the community, you don't need money. You already shared it with me. You need to be in the platform, learning about the platform. Maybe you need the money, some money just to hire a coach, an initial. But it's gonna be cheaper to develop a product. that you don't know if people are gonna buy or not. It's gonna be
Right.
cheaper of you to go and pay 70K or 100,000 in a lease of the restaurant that you don't know if the food is gonna work or not. It's gonna be way cheaper to hire a mentor
Yeah.
that build your community. And let me tell you guys, if you have a community like David of 1 million followers, I can tell you, you can retire. Yeah, there is enough there to make a decent living. Am I right, David? Yes or no?
Yes. Mhm.
If you have the right strategy and the right mentor, David, I think it's good enough to have to make a decent living without even talking about
I
keynote
think so.
speeches. Yeah, I bet that some people in the conference are calling you, "Hi, David, can I pay you 15, 20K, 20,000? Just speak." Yeah, like the company that fly me over, to do keynotes, right? And then as soon as you hit these numbers, your authority, your brand goes so high that a lot of opportunity comes to you in TV, the speeches, in so many different ways. So, but at the beginning, let's don't say you don't need money, because I also believe that if you hire a mentor and a coach, it's gonna get you there faster, because learning by yourself in the social media is a lot of different people saying different things, and because you don't know you don't know which one is good, which one is not. How can you know? You haven't. The only people that can actually guide you is somebody that already done it. That's my personal opinion. So
I
David,
agree.
yeah, so you can start a business. You don't really need a ton of money to start. Yeah, you can have mentor like you, committed, and if you have that time in front, you really believe in that business that you're planning to do, could be ahead. Let's don't go so far. My cousins, yeah, they have he have like 600,000 followers in Facebook or something. Yeah, he's fitness instructor. Yeah,
Ah, nice.
so he developed the community. They developed the community. They have an amazing community. A lot of people. I think in TikTok they also have a lot of people. They have a lot of people. Well, guess what? They're launching the app. They're launching the pros. Who every time that they make a challenge, and there's that community that consume the pros. It's that community that. But they have put the time to create the content, all these steps that you shared, create that value, create that high quality content. So basically, you need to give first, but you need to give first something good. Because let's face it, David,
Yes.
it's competitive, and like let's say, for example, David, yeah, you need to think that the people that are watching you, yeah, if they're watching you, they're not watching Netflix. They're not watching. That's your
Right.
competition. They're not watching Netflix. They're not watching Amazon. Imagine how good you need to be. They're not watching the football, the soccer, or let's say the baseball in US, right? So people. So imagine how good has to be your content, and how much value you need to give to this audience. Because if they're watching you and consuming your content, well, there are other type of content that they're not consuming. But hey, there is the world is flooded of an amazing content. No, don't even mention the YouTube content. That the creators create that is also spectacular. So you have to be excellent, is the word, outstanding, committed. So what would be the characteristic of people need to have in the mindset in order to say, I'm gonna make it. By the way, my girlfriend Lily is a big fan of the organic growth. She's also an influencer. Yeah, she have over
Nice.
100,000 followers. Yeah, she speaks also around the world. She's a big fan of everything that you're sharing with me today, David. So, but it's challenging to create high quality content. Or is it challenging? Is it really that difficult, David? Or you just need to learn few tricks?
I would suggest to people that the most important thing is for them to consistently show up authentically. Consistently show up authentically. One morning, a coach, Brendan Bouchard, I went to one of his summits, and he challenged us to post a video about the benefits of why we think life coaching is helpful. And so I posted the video. In the video, I talked about a season in my life when I was a middle school teacher, and by the afternoon, my legs were tired and my feet would swell. This is in the context of talking about the benefits of life coach. Well, shortly after I was done posting the video, I received a direct message from someone who wanted to talk to me about my coaching services. Wow. And so his name was Ron. And so I asked Ron, why did you respond so quickly? He said, well, I know what it's like to have my feet swell. So the pain of his feet swelling, that resonated with the pain in my story, even though I'm not selling a product about how to stop your feet from swelling.
100%.
Being authentic and showing up consistently allows you to speak to your tribe. You probably don't need to have 1 million followers to be a millionaire.
Absolutely.
There are people who make 6 figures and they have less than 1,000 followers. So you want the right followers. And then to get the right followers, you have to be authentic and you have to be consistent.
I agree 100%, David, with that. Yeah. And have your own personality. Yeah. So you don't have to be somebody else. No need for that. So but if you're authentic, if you are consistent, if you really want to help people, you see this job that when we embrace this, I just talking with my dad just before this broadcast, yeah, because it's very intense, yeah. Today is my podcast day. They are back to back. They are like 10 in a row, one back. So it's like running a marathon. It's really intense, yeah. So, but yeah, what we're doing this for a bigger purpose. We want to really help the entrepreneurs out there to don't struggle, because I know how difficult it is out there for the entrepreneurs, and people need to see role models, you know. And again, yeah, maybe David, you know, is somebody might resonate with Gary Vee, but maybe somebody might resonate with you that said, you know, I want to learn from this guy. And at the end of the day, people have to be aware, or the entrepreneur have to be aware about the power and the potential that have if you embrace this seriously and create a high quality content, because customer acquisition is huge, because it's getting more and more. And again, these platforms that do the advertising, Facebook and TikTok, you know, they need to charge a lot of money to put these people in front of you, because people want to consume your content genuinely, and now you have to put an advertising, so you have to force your audience to see something, right? So at least you have to pay. And I think that the other day I did the podcast, and one person I interviewed, he asked me, Harry, what is the path of what is the fastest way to go from point A to point B? I'm an engineer, so I said straight line. And he told me, no, Harry, it's not a straight line. It's the path with less resistance. Yes. And if people build the community, you're gonna have a path with less resistance. You don't have to pay for those ads. You don't have to force an outcome. It will come to you, you know, easy. It will. Your clients will come to you that really like you. They already saw you speak. They will be happy and grateful to buy your products, and everything is gonna be, you know, like the river, finding the path of less resistance. Where we believe that, you know, biggest challenge entrepreneurs have there is to force in an outcome, trying to get to this point A to B as fast as possible without understanding that if you have the right path and the right strategy, you can actually build that business and enjoy the process doing it. Yeah, like for example, like I talked about these back-to-back interviews today. It's very intense. It looks like running a marathon. Yeah, my daddy was telling me, "You're not gonna eat today." I said, "Daddy, look, I don't eat the day of the podcast, but I have so much fun. I made so much amazing people you won't believe. If you knew the kind of people that I'm talking about, you won't eat either. You will be so excited that you won't eat either, because she didn't understand. So how come you not even eating when you're doing this podcast? I said, look, because this is an amazing energy, and amazing people come. So David, I'm so grateful that you came. Yeah, I'm so
My
grateful
pleasure.
that you came to this broadcast. And yes, how if you can to if entrepreneurs are listening this broadcast, yeah, and they genuinely understood what we described here about how building a community and grow the community, not only to offer products and services to the community, but also to increase your authority and your brand, which is actually will help you to charge more for your products and services, because when you are the authority, the marketplace, you can charge more for your products and services. And this is what we do all day long. We pay more than $100 for a Nike shoe. Well, there are other shoes that are cheaper, but we want to buy the authority in the marketplace, and that's why people drive Mercedes Benz, because they are the authority in the type of cars, and the products that we buy, they're very important for us. The phones, the iPhones, the whatever. So if the product is important for us, we always want the authority in the marketplace. We want who is the biggest brand, and well, big part of the brand is to actually create this big community. So, David, how people can find you, how the process work? If somebody's interested, some entrepreneurs listening this broadcast and want to contact you, want to learn more from you, want to follow, tell us what is your TikTok channel. Yeah, I'm looking forward to follow you there. Yeah, don't look at my one; it's a disaster. So, how can people can find you?
Sure. They can find me, they can send me a message, an email message at david@contentcreatingacademy.com. David@contentcreatingacademy.com. On TikTok, David Griffiths 07. David Griffiths 07. On Instagram, David the Digital Creator.
Very good, David. David, thank you so much. Yeah.
Follow us for more on charismatic speaking, leadership, exponential business growth, branding, marketing, strategies designed to help you monetize your knowledge, find true happiness, and manifest your goals and dreams.